Hello ladies and gentlemen, X-34 here bringing you another Minecraft Star Wars vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial, we'll be going ahead and building the X-34 Landspeeder, also known as Luke Skywalker's Landspeeder. The X-34 Landspeeder was a model of civilian Landspeeder manufactured by Sorrel Sub Corporation and available during the Galactic Civil War between the Galactic Empire and Alliance to restore the Republic. The Landspeeder most famously was used by Luke Skywalker on Tatooine in Episode 4 New Hope. So that's kind of its most famous appearance and why everybody knows of what this is. Me and Luke Skywalker's Landspeeder. It's a pretty cool little Landspeeder, and obviously probably one of the most iconic ones out there, so I felt it would be a really good build just to go ahead and build and, have out on our lineup of Star Wars builds that we're slowly building up. So with that, let's go ahead and dive in here and take a quick little look at the build. It is a very small one, so it should be a pretty quick build to do. This is a 2-to-1 scale, so believe it or not, this is twice the size it would normally be, so you can just kind of imagine just how big or how small this thing actually really is. But we have obviously the cockpit area here, so that's where it would be driven from. Obviously, due to Minecraft, we don't really have a nice interior for it, but just kind of what we were able to scrounge together there. We have a lot of good detailing all the way around the front. Obviously, all the colors, the oranges, the reds, and the tans, and all that stuff really come together. And we have the back here. You have your 3 engines, all that stuff, and even the detail of the left engine being missing some of the panels and stuff like that. So overall, really nice build. Should be a pretty cool one. Again, to add to your Star Wars lineup. But without further ado, let's go ahead and move into the tutorial. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with the build here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to place down an oak wood trapdoor. Now we want this trapdoor to be sitting at this level here. So you see we have a full block and sitting at that top portion of the side of the block like so. It's not going to be a full block up from the ground, so it's not going to be sitting right there. So just make sure it's sitting at this level here. Anyways, going back from this, we're going to go ahead and then place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 more oak wood trapdoors back. Now on the back here, so this is going to be our back on this side, we're going to place down a dark oak wood trapdoor to both sides here. And then we're going to then take our oak wood trapdoors and go forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And same thing will be done over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now after we have that all done, we then want to go ahead and place down a stone brick full block here on top of this forward trapdoor and then a stone brick wall at the sides. We're also going to place down a button on come off the stone brick block going forward. We're going to go ahead and place down 1 and 2 stone brick blocks back, 1 and 2 on the sides, as well as 2 stone buttons on the sides of those blocks. In the center here, we're going to go ahead and take our stripped oak wood. We're going to place down 2 stripped oak wood blocks down the center like that. Once we get to this point here, we're going to go ahead and then place down 2 polished blackstone slabs down the center. To the sides, we're going to go ahead and grab red smooth sandstone stairs. We're going to place down an upside down stair here to both sides. And then coming off this, we're going to place down an upside down corner stair like this. We're also going to go ahead and take our acacia wood signs. We're going to place down acacia wood signs on the sides of these 2 blocks. If you're not on Java, I'd recommend leaving the stair alone. If you are on Java, we will place down a sign right here, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. And same thing will be done over here on this side. We're going to go ahead and then place down a stripped oak wood block here in the center. And then to the sides of this, we're going to place down 1 and 2 red concrete, 1 and 2, and we can also just place down 1 more stripped oak wood block down the center, followed by a 3rd one, so you fill in the center like so. Then we're going to go ahead and place down a gray concrete block in the corners here. This will be followed up with an item frame, and in those item frames, we're going to go ahead and place down gray beds facing upwards. And we then want to go ahead and grab ourselves dark oak wood signs, and for my Java players, we'll place down a dark oak wood sign on the side of that block with the item frame. Just a little note here is that Java is the only version that allows item frames and signs to be placed in the same block space. If you're on a different version, you'll not be able to do that, unfortunately, and you'll have to just place down the item frames. After that, we're going to go ahead and place down 1 and 2 of these blocks here, and then we're going to go ahead and then place down a wither skeleton skull on the back here. We also want to go ahead and take our acacia wood signs, and we're going to place down 2 signs along the side here. And again, for my Java players, or really for everybody in general, we're going to place down an item frame here, and then a black stained glass pane in the item frame. So again, you can have the sign here if you're on Java. If you're not on Java, you'll have to get rid of the sign right here on the stair. On the other side, we have a bit of a different design here. This is going to be done with a observer block that is going to be positioned here. Same thing, we're going to have an item frame, and then we're going to have our black stained glass pane coming off of it like so. Going back from it, we're going to go ahead and place down a oak wood trapdoor that's going to be on the bottom here, and we're going to place down an anvil on top of that. And you can also actually use like a barrier block, so we'll go ahead and actually swap that out right now. I'm going to make that quick change here, but we're actually going to go ahead and use a barrier block instead. So we have a barrier block here. We're going to basically replace that right there, and we're going to go ahead and set a anvil on top of it. You can use a barrier block, a structure block, a void block. Any of those blocks will work, but just basically an invisible block for that anvil to sit on. You could even use the string underneath it too on the ground. That would also work. We're going to then place down Wither Skeleton Skull going back from that, and then on the sides we're going to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood sign right here, and then a acacia wood sign going forward from it, and that's going to basically make your left engine. Now for the top up here, for our top engine, we're going to go ahead and place down a red nether brick stair here, and an upside down stair coming off of it. We're going to go then place down 2 polished blackstone slabs here, and then a wither skeleton skull on the very back. We'll then take our dark oak wood signs and replace them on both sides here of these slabs, so just like that. After that's done, we then want to go ahead and grab ourselves our oak wood pressure plates. We're going to place down a pressure plate here on both sides, 2 buttons like this, 2 buttons like that, another oak wood pressure plate on the sides here. Then over this space, we're going to place down another brick slab, a wither skeleton skull at about a 45-degree angle to both sides there, 2 oak wood pressure plates going forward on the sides, and 1 on the stone brick block here. And then we're going to go and lastly place down 2 acacia wood buttons on those center blocks. And once you have that done right there, that is going to wrap up everything we have here for Luke's Landspeeder, or the X-34 Landspeeder. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this build and are able to put it to good use. If you do use this build, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This will be linked from a silent build tweaked to my channel or this video. If this does appear in social media sites, as long as you guys give me proper credit for it, you're free to use it for projects you guys are working on. And that, thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Gary 2x4, and I will see you guys next time.